of Senator Soto to lay on the table the motion of Senator Marcoleta pertaining to the articles of impeachment vis-a-vis and in light of the Supreme Court decision of July 25, 2025. To explain, a yes, affirmative, or aye vote supports the motion of the Honorable Minority Leader, and it therefore means that we will not act on the motion of Senator Marcoleta today. A nay vote, a no vote, means that the motion of Senator Marcoleta will not be laid on the table and that we will act and vote upon it today. Senator Lacson? Later on, we'll know the amendment. Senator Lacson, so that it's on the record, please.
So you're only referring, Mr. President, to the motion to dismiss? No, motion to table. Just the motion to table.
Just the motion to table, Your Honor, because we are not yet there. There being no objection, the motion is of the... Yes, Senator Zubiri.
Yes, Mr. President, being a former Senate President and being former Majority Leader, I'd like to ask the audience to restrain from commenting or laughing, please. Well, we are in a, for me, it's a sacred place. It is in the August chamber of the Senate that we have decorum. May we ask for decorum from those who are watching within the plenary, Mr. President.
Actually, they have been silent for the past 3.5 hours. Chair would like to remind the people in the gallery to kindly respect the processes and procedures of the Senate and to avoid any claps, any jeering or comments so that we can proceed with roll call vote.
Yes, with due respect, because I heard a lot of laughing after the poor gentleman from our good friend, Senator Lacson, asked only for a clarification of the vote that will happen in a few seconds.
The Sergeant at Arms is so directed.
Just proper decorum, because this is a very important vote, and it's a very serious vote that will be taking place. Thank you.
The Sergeant at Arms is so directed to kindly maintain order in the gallery. Acting now on the motion of the Majority Leader for us to divide the House and vote on the motion to lay on the table, Secretary is directed to call the roll for nominal voting.
Roll call vote. The Honorable Senator Aquino. Senator Cayetano Alan. Senator Cayetano Pia. Senator De La Rosa. Senator Ejercito. Senator Estrada. Senator Gatchalian. Senator Go. Senator Ontiveros. Senator Lacson. Senator Lapid. Senator Legarda. Senator Marcoleta. Senator Marcos. Senator Padilla. Senator Pangilinan. Senator Soto.
May I register my vote, Mr. President?
The Minority Leader may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. President, the Supreme Court decision is now pending appeal. It is prudent to wait for the results rather than prematurely archiving, if not dismissing, because I know for a fact, once it is archived, it is dead. So what happens if the Supreme Court reverses itself? Clear and blatant errors are present in the ruling of the Supreme Court. First, they misunderstood the legislative process in assuming that the 19th Congress adjourned sine die in February 5. Grave error. Thus, effectively dismissing the first 3 complaints, paving the way for them to say na, ano pala, yung 1-year ban, binayolate. The archiving of the 3 complaints were done after the initiation of the 4th complaint. The 1-year ban did not set in. Second, the decision practically amended the clear mandate by the Constitution by placing a hierarchy on the modes to initiate an impeachment complaint. Parang wala na yung third option. Third, the Supreme Court retroactively applied the new definition to the present case in the violation of the doctrine of operative facts, thus voiding as well the impeachment proceedings of former President Estrada and Chief Justice Corona. They did not interpret the Constitution, Mr. President. They amended the Constitution. So lastly, the Supreme Court now has the chance to rectify these errors in its decision. So I was hoping to table the motion so that we can let us afford them this opportunity for the benefit of future impeachment processes and to uphold the clear mandate of the 1987 Constitution. All we needed to do was wait a little. And so I will have to register a yes vote. I know it will be a vote in the minority, but I have always voted in the minority in many issues in the Senate since 1992 up to the present. Always prayed I was wrong. Unfortunately, I was always right. May God have mercy on your decision. I vote yes.
Noted. Secretary will please continue.
Senator Tulfo Erwin, Senator Tulfo Rafi, Senator Villanueva, Senator Villar Camil, Senator Villar Mart, Senator Zubiri, Senate President Escudero.
No.
Pwedeng mag-explain ng boto.
Before the explanations of vote, Chair would first like to make of record the result. With 5 affirmative votes, 19 negative votes, the motion to table the motion of Senator Marcoleta is lost. Lost. Soto. Sorry, Senator Soto is lost. No, he said the motion to table the motion of Senator Marcoleta is lost. Pati tuloy ako, nalito dito siya.
Mr. President,
Senator Villanueva.
if I may, Mr. President, and to go back to the first motion raised by Senator Marcoleta, if I may be allowed, Mr. President, to amend, Mr. President, the motion, Mr. President.
The gentleman may proceed with the permission of Senator Marcoleta.
Mr. President, adhering to the immediately executory decision rendered by the Supreme Court en banc on 25 of July 2025, which held, among others, the articles of impeachment are null and void ab initio, and that the Senate did not acquire jurisdiction over the same, I move to transfer the articles of impeachment in relation to case number 002-2011 entitled in the matter of the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte to the archives. I so move, Mr. President.
What does Senator Marcoleta say?
I accept, Mr. President.
There is a motion as enunciated by the minority floor leader. What is the pleasure of Senator Zubiri?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, instead of a viva voce vote on that motion, may we be allowed to manifest our votes with a short manifestation, Mr. President, each and every one of us.
This,
Yeah, through nominal voting, Mr. President, with the permission of the body, of course.
no, I think, Senator Soto, the motion of Senator Zubiri is to conduct nominal voting and allow the members to explain their votes after casting their vote, not after everyone has voted. I think that is the tenor of the motion of Senator Zubiri.
Correct.
Ang binobotohan muna natin, amendment mo di ba? Tinanggap niya.
Hindi, yung motion na.
Tinanggap niya. So Mr. President, the majority leader, Senator Marcoleta accepted the amendment of the majority leader. So what are we voting on now? May we now...
The motion as amended
Yes,
by
a motion
Senator
as amended.
Villanueva.
May we hear the motion as amended, please?
May the gentleman,
Yes.
the distinguished majority leader,
Yes,
kindly
Mr.
state
President.
once again for the record and benefit of our colleagues, the motion as duly accepted by Senator Marcoleta.
Thank you, Mr. President. Adhering to the immediately executory decision rendered by the Supreme Court en banc on 25th July 2025, which held, among others, that the articles of impeachment are null and void ab initio, and that the Senate did not acquire jurisdiction over the same, I move to transfer the articles of impeachment in relation to case number 002-2011, entitled "In the Matter of the Impeachment Trial of Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte," to the archives. I so move, Mr. President.
May we register, would anyone from the minority or those opposing the motion would like to make of record their objection before, so that we can divide the House?
Yes, Mr. President,
Yes,
I
please.
object and
Thank you.
ask for a nominal vote.
Thank you. With the understanding, Senator Soto, that it is in accordance with the request of Senator Zubiri, that upon the name is called, the explanation of vote may be made, should they so desire. There is a motion duly objected to, as stated by the minority floor leader, to place into to transfer to the archives the impeachment articles of impeachment in relation to the impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte. Secretary is directed to call the roll and proceed to nominal voting.
Roll call vote. The Honorable Senator Aquino. Senator Cayetano Alan.
Sir President, sabi po ng preamble ng Philippine Constitution, we, the sovereign Filipino people, imploring the aid of Almighty God in order to build a just and humane society and establish a government that shall embody our ideals and aspirations, promote the common good, conserve and develop our patrimony, and secure to ourselves and our posterity the blessing of independence and democracy under the rule of law, a regime of truth, justice, freedom, love, equality, peace, do ordain and promulgate this Constitution. Nanumpa po tayo na susundin natin tong Constitution na to. Madali pong sumumpa, mahirap to pa rin. Madali pong sumumpa na susundin kung naniniwala tayo sa desisyon. Paano kung hindi tayo naniniwala sa desisyon? Paano kung ang tinatanggal ngayong hapon na to ay si President Marcos at ayaw kong maging presidente si Vice President Sara Duterte? Will I have the courage to follow the same decision? That is the test I apply to myself today. Tinignan ko po ang Supreme Court decision, solid po. Hindi nito inaalis ang kapangyarihan sa House to initiate impeachment. February 6 po, sigurado yan. In fact, before February 6, may quadcom na, magiging glorieta na yan soon. Tuloy-tuloy po yan, yung mga investigasyon na yon, kasi ganun ang politika sa Pilipinas. I hope yung sa baha, imbestigahan din. I hope yung sa corruption, sa smuggling, sa karami-rami nating utang, not only this administration, last administration, 10 administrations. We in this room are all for accountability, but tama yung Supreme Court sa tamang panahon, tamang proseso. Jeremiah 29:11 tells us, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Plano ng Diyos, pagpalain tayo. Pero plano ng Diyos, durugin tayo. So, I remember this episode, I think it was in Twilight Zone, and it was also many, many times portrayed on television. What if nakilala mo si Hitler when he was 6 years old? Or when he was a baby, papatayin mo ba siya? I think even sa psychology or philosophy classes, tinatanong to ng mga professors, what if you had that unique opportunity, nakatabi mo si Hitler nung 6 years old siya, papatayin mo ba siya? Ang hirap sagutin nun. Of course, for us who believe that thou shall not murder, ang sagot madali. But what if you could have prevented the worst human rights violations in the world, the Holocaust? What if you could have prevented such fire of fascism that it actually swept, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, nag-Time Magazine of the Year pa si Hitler. I wonder what our answer is. But I know my answer here today. If you kill Hitler when you are 6 years old, if you justify the ends by the means, you will create more Hitlers. So if the Vice President is guilty, dapat po siya ay i-impeach. Pero sa tamang panahon at tamang proseso. Nagsalita ng Korte Suprema na mali ang proseso, mali ang panahon. But yun po, Mr. President, sana kung ano ang discussion since February 5 dito na nakatuon kay Vice President Sara Duterte, sana kung sino ang guilty sa mga baha, ganun din tayo. Hindi naman siguro si Sara ang gumawa ng mga baha. Sana po kung ano ang cause ng pagkabansot or stunting yung corruption. Ganun din, araw-araw talagang wag natin tantanan. Lastly, Mr. President, may I make an appeal to the media, our friends, the vloggers, yung iba nandito, political analysts, advocates, school deans, etc. Nakalagay kasi dito, we all agree on a regime of truth. Parati na lang ang vloggers ang nasasabihan na fake news. Alam niyo po, marami tayong political analyst ngayon, di naman sila analyst eh. Ang ibig sabihin ng analyst provides objective, non-partisan, data-driven explanation of political events, systems, and trends. Ang ibig sabihin naman ng advocate, champions a specific cause, policy, or interest group to influence public opinion and policy decisions in favor of their positions. Wala namang masama dun eh. So kung ikaw ay advocate, sabihin mo na lang. Pero mag-a-appear ka sa TV, magpapa-interview ka, sasabihin mo political analyst. Pero gusto mo lang, bata mo maging presidente, nililito mo pa ang tao eh. Ganun din po, ilan beses kami binugbog dito nung iba, na ang sabi, bawal daw ang isang senator judge na mag-move to dismiss. Pero sila din ngayon ang nagsasabi sa mga senator judge, mag-MR kayo sa Supreme Court. Saan ka kayo nakakita na hindi pwede mag-motion to dismiss? Judges dismisses cases because of no jurisdiction. Ang CA, 3 sila o 5. Hindi nyo lang nakikita sa publiko at hindi sila mag-move kasi sila lang nag-uusap. Ang Supreme Court, hindi ba dinismiss nila? Hindi ba sinabi nila no jurisdiction? Tayo kasi dito nag-usap sa hall na to. So natural, hindi naman pwedeng si Senator Batorni ay tumingin lang sa akin tapos maisip niya, dismiss. Walang manifestation dito na hindi sinasabi. My point, Mr. President, is that yung sinabi ni Mahatma Gandhi nangyayari na sa Pilipinas eh. Sabi ni Mahatma Gandhi, if it's an eye for an eye, the whole world will go blind. Let's make our stand. Ilang beses ko narinig dito sa hall na to, ang taong bayan, ang taong bayan, ang taong bayan. Eh, hindi ba naman lahat naman tayo halal ng taong bayan eh, di ba? Hindi ba pwedeng sabihin ko na lang, ang opinion ni Alang Cayetano, isa lang naman ako eh. Ang opinion ni Joel Villanueva, ang opinion ni Mocha Uson, isa lang naman siya eh. Pero yung sabihin ko sa inyo, guys, ang opinion ng civil society, ang opinion ng masa, ang opinion ng taong bayan, dapat makonvict. Are we not overstepping and are we not confusing rather than enlightening our political processes? Yes, you might think this is a different Alang Cayetano from the impeachment of President Estrada, impeachment of President Arroyo, impeachment of, yung hindi natuloy na impeachment kay CJ Davide, sa impeachment ni CJ Corona. But aren't we supposed to be wiser? At hindi ba tama naman yung sinabi ng Supreme Court? Dapat may impeachment, pero hindi dapat gamitin ito ng magkalaban lang sa politika. Ayaw natin maging presidente si Vice President Sara, talunin nyo na lang sa 2028. Ngayon, kung talagang may ginawa siyang masama, edi impeach, pero sa tamang paraan. I apologize if I'm emotional on this issue, but hindi tayo makawala eh. Ang daming mas importanteng issue, pero nakapako tayo sa issue na to. Thank you, dear colleagues, and thank you to the Filipino people for the opportunity to share my thoughts on this. So I vote for the motion of Senator Marcoleta.
Secretary will proceed.
Senator Cayetano Pia.
I vote yes, Mr. President, and I will explain my vote.
The lady may proceed.
Thank you. Why are we here today? Why do I have to cast my vote? It is because a group of citizens, including the members of the House of Representatives, exercised the right to impeach an impeachable officer. Under the Constitution, there are two ways to file a verified complaint for impeachment. Article 11, Section 3.2 by any member of the House of Representatives or by any citizen, and Article 11, Section 3.4 by one-third of all members of the House of Representatives upon a verified complaint or resolution. There were 4 impeachment complaints filed: December 2, December 4, the third on December 19th, and the 4th complaint was endorsed by 215 members of the House on February 5, the last day. On February 18,